Today we'll be solving quadratic equations using the quadratic formula. Now the general form of a quadratic is ax squared plus bx plus c is equal to 0, where a is the coefficient of x squared, b is the coefficient of x, and c is the constant term. The quadratic formula is x is equal to minus b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. Let's look at our quadratic equation. Minus 2x squared minus 7x plus 4. Step 1, we are going to recognize the coefficients. We are going to label them. What is a? A is the coefficient of x squared, so a is the term in front of x squared, simply put. So a would be minus 2. What is b? B is going to be minus 7. What is c? C is positive 4. Now we are going to substitute. So we have x is equal to minus, let's put what b is in brackets. B is minus 7, close brackets, plus or minus the square root of b squared. Now what is b? B is minus 7. Minus 4, what is a? A is minus 2, and what is c? C is positive 4. So we are substituting the values into the formula. All of this is over 2a. What is a? A is minus 2. After substituting the values into the formula, our next step will be to simplify, and I'm going to simplify it one step at a time. X is equal to, what is understood in front of this bracket? 1. So we have minus 1 by minus 7. Let us work out our signs first. A minus multiplied by a minus is a plus. So we're getting positive 7 plus or minus the square root of, what is minus 7 squared? Minus 7 multiplied by minus 7. That's going to give us positive 49. Next step, we have minus 4 multiplied by minus 2. Minus 4 by minus 2, let's look at our signs first. A minus by a minus is a plus. 4 2s are 8. So we are getting positive 8. And we have to multiply again. 8 by 4 is 32. So we are getting positive 32. All over 2 by minus 2 is going to give us minus 4. And we are going to continue to simplify. X is equal to 7 plus or minus the square root of, add 49 and 32. This is going to give us 81 all over minus 4. We are not trying to do too much things in one step. Next, we have x is equal to 7 plus or minus, what is the square root of 81? The square root of 81 is 9 over minus 4. The next step, we're going to do this. X is equal to 7 plus 9. Now you see I've been using the plus or minus throughout the sum. Plus 9 over minus 4. And here we're going to have x is equal to 7 minus 9 over minus 4. So we're getting two values for x. And we're going to simplify further. X is equal to 7 plus 9 is giving us 16 over minus 4. X is going to give us minus 4. When you are dividing and you have different signs, your answer is going to be negative. Let's work out the next value for x. 7 minus 9 is going to give us, remember, we have two different signs, so we have to subtract. We're getting minus 2. The answer is taking the sign of the larger digit over negative 4. When we have the same signs and we are dividing, our answer is going to be positive. So we're going to get 2 into 2, 1, and 2 into 4 is 2. We are getting positive a half. Our fractions must always be reduced to its lowest form. So this is how we use the quadratic formula. Now let's do another example. We have 4x squared minus 12x plus 9 is equal to 0. Now let's label what is A, what is B, and what is C. A is going to be 4, positive 4, B is going to be minus 12, and C is going to be positive 9. Now we're going to substitute our values. X is equal to minus, in brackets, I'm going to put what B is, minus 12. Plus or minus the square root of B squared. What is B? Minus 12 again. It's minus 12 minus 4, open brackets, what is A? 4. What is C? C is 9. All over 2A, and again A is 4. Now let's simplify. X is equal to a minus multiplied by a minus is a plus. So we are getting positive 12. A plus or minus the square root of what is minus 12 squared? Minus 12 multiplied by minus 12 is going to give us 144. We have minus 4 by 4. That is going to give us minus 16. Now minus 16 by positive 9, a minus by a plus is a minus. This is going to give us 144. All over 2 4s are 8. We are taking it one step at a time. Let's simplify further. X is equal to 12 plus or minus the square root of what? 144 subtract 144 is going to give us 0, and it's going to be all over 8. What's the next step? Let's go. X is equal to 12. X is equal to 12 plus or minus. What is the square root of 0? The square root of 0 is 0. And it's going to be all over 8. What is the next step? Find the values for x. X is equal to 12. Let's separate that plus or minus sign. 12 plus 0 over 8 will give us one value for x. And then x is equal to 12 minus 0 over 8. So our values for x are going to be 12 plus 0 is 12, 12 over 8, and of course this can be simplified further. I can use 4, and I can change it to an improper fraction. I can change this improper fraction to a mixed number. Okay, so if I use 4, I will get 3 over 2. The answer is still improper, so I have to reduce further. 2 into 3 is 1 and a half. So x is equal to 1 and a half. And the next one we have 12 is equal to 12 over 8. Again, we can use 4. 4 can go into 12 3 times, and 4 into 8 is 2 times. So x is going to be equal to 3 over 2. And again, if we simplify in its lowest form, we are getting x to be 1 and a half. In order to master this, you must practice.